About 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. Yeah, about 6 weeks ago, I got this stupid idea that I would get ready for a bodybuilding show, even though I was not that much out of my contest shape. I was obviously still nowhere near 6 weeks out. I started dieting. I started doing heavy cardio. So this is Memorial Day 2025. So what the rest of the week is going to look like is today I already finished my workout, but so Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are depletion workouts. Not that I wasn't depleted, but I'm trying to get as depleted as possible to get ready for a super compensation that's going to hopefully happen on Wednesday, sorry. And what that entailed is a full body workout, about 6 sets of 15 reps for each body part, and it's 15 reps that are hard. You're not going all the way that you can't continue anymore. So if you wanted, or if you had the energy, you could actually do a few more reps, maybe two, maybe three, but you're doing that for the whole body. Tomorrow is the same, Wednesday is the same. And yesterday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the diet was pretty much the same things, except none of the extra carbs, even though I did have a little bit more carbs yesterday. But none of extra, especially today and tomorrow, it's going to be about 30 grams of carbs, which are things that come from the few vegetables I eat, and you'll see my breakfast in a little bit. So when on Wednesday, this is going to change. Obviously, I'm going to be carb loading and seeing what I look like on Thursday. Cardio has to go lower. Instead of doing 2 sessions, I will do 1 session. I actually planned to do that starting yesterday, but I couldn't. I really feel like you have to have some kind of OCD to be able to keep up with this sport. Not to mention, it will give you OCD even if you didn't have it before, when you're trying to keep up, when you don't want to anymore, or when you might need to make changes, but you start second guessing yourself. So what was supposed to happen was yesterday on, I was going to reduce my cardio, but after being home all day, after my morning cardio, I was like, okay, 6 o'clock, maybe I'll go do a short walk, a short run. So I ended up doing that. So today, I hopefully will not, and I will actually work against myself to not do it, just so I can get a little bit more recovery. And the rest of the week is going to be the same. So I might reduce even if I go for an evening round, I will reduce the overall cardio to maybe 20-minute sessions each. Other than that, so 6 weeks ago, I started this journey, which immediately took down all my calories, immediately bumped up my cardio. So at the end of this, at the beginning of this 6 week, this is what I look like. And I did get my veins on my abs too. So it helped a lot that I was not really too much out of shape. I was within maybe 10, 15 pounds of my previous show. But what I wanted to show was just my meals for the day. So going back to what I created this channel for, which was just healthy foods and making changes to foods to make them both healthy and tasty. So my breakfast is going to be some cabbage and onions with egg whites and some fat-free cheese. So here's what I have. While I was talking, I had the cabbage and onions on this pan, just on medium to low heat. So I had some cabbage, and you could just use coleslaw too. I just cut the cabbage because I use the leaves most of the time for wraps. I had some onions in there, and I'm going to add my egg whites. I'm going to measure 200 grams. That's about one. I'll do 200 to 250, so maybe 225. I'm going to add my salt. And And I'm going to start moving stuff around as if I'm making scrambled eggs, but I'll be doing that maybe once or twice, just so things are mixed up and the solid parts move inside so that the liquid goes underneath and starts cooking faster. Then I'm going to cover this up. I have some fat-free cheese put on there. I usually just do a palm full, which is going to be about half an ounce. Just watch, I'm going to measure it. Yep, 15 grams. And while this is cooking and solidifying more, I'm going to add my red pepper. This is pretty much my breakfast every day. It's just, if I'm eating carbs, I will have some sugar-free jam with 2-3 slices of toast with this. Weekends too. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. Sometimes I flip this, sometimes I'll fold it. The other day I think I folded. I'll see if I can flip it this time. Not too bad, that'll work. I'm going to turn the heat off, put the cheese on there for it to melt. And I will add some of my hot sauce on there. So I did put some sour cream on there. So after this, the whole thing, I have 5 carbs, 26 protein, and 1 gram of fat. Okay, so it's almost 1 o'clock right now. It's time for lunch. Lunch and dinner are going to be the same thing, which is 4 ounces of cooked chicken breast, salad, about 200 to 300 grams. I'll put my sour cream just to give it more taste, some pickles, and I have these cabbage leaves. So I just bought a whole head of cabbage, cut it, peeled the leaves, and I'll just put my food in it and wrap it. So I'm going to put this in the microwave for a minute. Get my pickles out. They're not the sweet pickles, they don't have any sugar in them. And when you look at them, it shows 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 everything for 1. But how this stuff works is if it's less than 1 gram, so 0.9 grams of carbs or whatever, they don't have to list it, which means this could actually have 0.9 grams of carbs in it and I wouldn't know. So if I have 2, that would be 2 grams of carbs. So you can make the math. If you keep eating this jar, that's gonna not work out with your food plan because you thought you were doing something good. You were eating 0 calorie foods. Same thing with stevia, Splenda, that stuff. So it's got maltodextrin in it. It's not the liquid. Maltodextrin is used in the powders to keep them stable. And maltodextrin is basically corn. So put my salt. Don't leave the red pepper out. Definitely don't leave the habanero out. Because the salad is basically this is mixed greens. I put onions, cucumbers, and some tomatoes all chopped up in there. Put my pickles in there. Done. My sour cream is going to be part of the dressing. So I'm going to measure. I normally wouldn't, but just for this video. So 30 grams is what I need. And I would normally put this much. Let's see if that matches. 17. So I can put a little bit more.
1 and 3. That'll work.
For my actual dressing, I'm going to put mustard and vinegar. So this mustard was actually running low. So when it's running low, you can't just get any out. So I added some vinegar into it. So now it's more liquidy. So I'm going to pour it in there. There you go. Then close it up, mix it. That's why I like eating in these bowls, because easy to mix the dressing. Yeah. Lunch is ready.